Please close the eyes. We'll begin with a universal prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Divine protect us all. May we enjoy food together. May we meditate and pray together. May we attain wisdom through our study and discussion. May there be no conflict among us. May there be peace everywhere. Om. Amen. I bow to God, who is formless, omnipresent. I humbly bow to all the saints and sages of all times and places. I also bow to lineage of Kriya Yoga masters, and I bow to each one of you. Good morning and welcome to our satsang. In the present time, especially in India, in this situation of crisis, lockdown is extended and many people are not comfortable staying home for a long time. Some people are complaining about losing jobs, fall of economy, hungry people, and so on. Let us think, are we complaining or using our time in positive and creative work? I remember a beautiful episode about complaint. There was a building which was under construction for a long time near a house. And there some small children of the laborers who were working there as daily wages workers, these children used to hold each other's shirt and play the game of train. Every day one child would become an engine and the other children were becoming the coaches. So children with engines and coaches would change their place every day. But only a small child wearing only a short used to be a guard every day. And he was furling the cloth in his hand like a flag. A person who was watching those children playing daily for many days. And one day, out of curiosity, he asked the child who was playing as guard, "My child, you become a guard every day. Do you never wish to become an engine or sometimes a coach?" And child replied, "Sir, I have no shirt to wear, so how will children behind me would catch me? And who will stand behind me? And that is why I take part in the game every day as a guard." And while speaking, this man saw water in child's eyes. And today, when I remember this incident, that child had given a big lesson in life to all of us. Remember, our life is never perfect. There will definitely be some deficiency in it. There is a song in Urdu, it says, कभी किसी को मुकम्मल जहां नहीं मिलता, कहीं ज़मीं तो कहीं आसमां नहीं मिलता. Means everybody will not get everything. Sometimes you get earth, you will not get sky. That means there will always be something missing. Nobody is perfect. And so our life is also not perfect. Remember this child, he could have sat crying, being angry with parents, but instead of that, he found a solution to the situation. How much do we cry for everything? Sometimes for our dark complexion, sometimes for the short height, sometimes neighbor's big car, sometimes neighbor's gold necklace, and sometimes our low score in exams, sometimes I don't know English, sometimes the personality, sometimes for losing a job, sometimes for loss in a business. Why do we always look at the half empty glass? We have to come out of this, and this is life. It has to be lived like this. When you look at the birds in the nature, sparrow never gets depression looking at the eagle who is flying high. Sparrow is happy in her existence. But humans get worried very soon looking at the high position of the other human being. So avoid comparison and be happy. Never be jealous of anyone, nor compete with anyone. I have my own goals, my own race. I remember a beautiful story about comparison, that how we create our life more miserable by comparing with others. A crow lived in the forest and he was absolutely satisfied in life. But one day he saw a swan, and this swan is so white, he thought, and I am so black. This swan must be the happiest bird in the world. So the crow expressed his thoughts to the swan. Actually, the swan replied, I was feeling that I was the happiest bird around until I saw a parrot which has two colors. I now think that parrot is the happiest bird in the creation. The crow then approached the parrot. Now parrot explained, I lived a very happy life until I saw a peacock. I have only two colors, but the peacock has multiple colors. The crow then visited a peacock in the zoo and saw that hundreds of people had gathered to see peacock. After the people had left, the crow approached the peacock and told, Dear peacock, you are so beautiful. Every day, thousands of people come to see you. When people see me, they immediately shoo me away. I think you are the happiest bird on the planet. The peacock replied, I always thought that I was the most beautiful and happy bird on the planet, but because of my beauty, I am entrapped in this zoo. I have examined the zoo very carefully and I have realized that the crow is the only bird not kept in a cage. But we have all the animals and birds here in the zoo and they are in the cage. So for past few days, I have been thinking that if I were a crow, I could happily roam everywhere. And that is our problem too. We make unnecessary comparison with others and we become sad. We don't value what God has given us, and this all leads to the vicious cycle of unhappiness. So have life ahead, valuing the things God has given us. Learn the secret of being happy and discard the comparison which leads to only unhappiness. I would like to say that circumstances never become a problem. The problem arises because we do not know how to fight those situations. And when there is crisis in life, how do we respond? We can learn it from a beautiful example from the nature. We have sunflowers growing in our homestead ashram garden. If you look at the sunflowers they turn according to the position of sun, or in other words, they chase the light. And you might already know this, but there's another fact that you probably do not know. Have you ever wondered what happens on cloudy and rainy days when the sun is completely covered by clouds? This is an interesting question, isn't it? Perhaps you think the sunflower withers or turns its head towards the ground. Is this what crossed your mind? Well, that's incorrect. This is what happens. They turn towards each other to share their energy. Nature's perfection is amazing. Now, let's apply this reflection to our lives. Many people may become low spirited, and the most vulnerable ones sometimes become depressed. How about following the example of the beautiful sunflower? That is, supporting and empowering each other, sharing energy with each other. Nature has so much to teach to us. So I would wish everyone a sunflower trait of turning towards each other on their cloudy and gloomy days. So spread goodness, it will come back to you. This is the time when we all are passing through a crisis. And it's not one, two-person. We all have some difficulties because our daily life is disrupted during this pandemic. People are suffering, people are sick, people are losing jobs, people are feeling uncomfortable because they are just confined in homes. However, there's a lot we can do. We have discussed before also, and we need to change our thinking. We need to change the way we have been living, and this is what is the message we get from the nature. A friend of mine has crossed 50. So I asked him, what is changing? And he sent me following lines, which are very beautiful to contemplate today. He wrote, yes, I am changing. After loving my parents, my siblings, my spouse, my children, my friend, now I have started loving myself. Think about it. We have been so busy with our work, professional life. We never had time to spend with our own family members. And now plenty of time we can understand, we love them, we share all our feelings with them, which was not happening. And now most important thing that we started loving ourselves, isn't it? Then he wrote, yes, I am changing. I just realized that I am not Atlas. The world doesn't rest on my shoulders. And look, everything is standstill. But still, the world is going. Nothing has changed outside. But there is more peace within and without. Then he writes, yes, I am changing. I now stopped bargaining with vegetables and fruit vendors, which we very often do in India. After all, a few rupees more is not going to burn a hole in my pocket, but it might help the poor fellow save for his daughter's school fees. Yes, I am changing. I pay the taxi driver without waiting for the change. The extra money might bring a smile on his face. After all, he is toiling much harder for a living than me. Yes, I am changing. I stopped telling the elderly that they have already narrated that story many times. After all, the story makes them walk down the memory lane and relive the past. When we, like baby or small kid, we used to ask our parents and they would reply. They would tell some story and they will repeat the story, and we became irritated. How many times you have told the same thing about your life? But they never became irritated. So now I am changing because I am understanding the same role, that telling the same story helps them to walk down the memory lane of their own life and they relive those moments. Then he writes, yes, I am changing. I have learned not to correct people even when I know they are wrong. After all, the onus of making everyone perfect is not on me. Peace is more precious than perfection. Yes, I am changing. I give compliments freely and generously. After all, it's a mood enhancer, not only for the recipient, but also for me. Yes, I am changing. I have learned not to bother about a crease or a spot on my shirt. After all, personality speaks louder than appearances. Yes, I am changing. I walk away from people who do not value me. After all, they might not they might not know my worth, but I do. Yes, I am changing. I remain cool when someone plays dirty politics to overturn me in the rat race. After all, I am not a rat and neither am I in any race. Yes, I am changing. I am learning not to be embarrassed by my emotions. After all, it's my emotions that make me human. Yes, I am changing. I have learned that it is better to drop the ego than to break a relationship. After all, my ego will keep me aloof, whereas with relationships, I will never be alone. Yes, I am changing. I have learned to live each day as if it is the last day. After all, it might be the last. Who knows? Breath is now, next moment, if there will be breath in this body or not, we don't know. And that is why our masters always remind us, don't forget your breath, because breath is God. Upanishads also say breath is God. Namo Brahmane, Namaste Vayo, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami. You are direct perceptible God. Yes, I am changing. I am doing what makes me happy. After all, I am responsible for my happiness and I owe it to me. Nobody is responsible. So long as I am dependent on others externally for my happiness, I won't get it because I am the source of happiness. That is what scriptures say. That is what the teachers and the masters they have taught us. Tattvamasi, you are that. I am Atma Brahma. I am that eternal soul which is God. So it is time to change our perception. It is time to change our lifestyle. We have explored, we have exploited the nature in all possible ways, and that is why we have created our own problem. And now nature is rejuvenating with this pandemic situation when everything is still, nothing is working out. We are staying home, so there is peace everywhere, and very often I see videos, the wild animals coming on the road, enjoying this freedom which they never could do. So nature is also rejuvenating. I saw some beautiful videos that from the state of Punjab, you can see Himalayan peaks very clearly. I saw the videos where you can see the Ganga water in Haridwar and some other places is so clean, completely crystal clear. The pollution has reduced in the rivers, pollution in the air. Even I heard that ozone layer is repaired to great extent. How much damage we had done in the past, and now it is time to change. So we should also say the same thing. Yes, I am changing, and this change has to come from within. So let us prepare. This is a crisis, but this is also a beautiful opportunity to change our ways. And Gurudev used to say, change yourself. There's a beautiful episode when Guruji and Gurudev, they were on the airport in Europe, and on the airport you can see some counters where you can exchange money. So it was written in big letters, CHANG, change. So Gurudev asked Guruji, what is written there? And Guruji looked and replied, change. He said, what is the change? It is telling that change yourself, not the money change only. So change yourself. So after this crisis would be over, in few weeks, few months, our life would come back to normal. But that life should not be the same life of enjoyment and destroying the nature. But that life should be life of change, a more peaceful, humble, loving, compassionate life for other fellow beings as well as for the other creatures in the creation. And this is how we are supposed to live. So we are happy that God has given us opportunity to discuss and utilize our time in much better way, in a positive, constructive way. I am praying to God and all the masters to give us inner strength, to help us so that we can become support and help for others in this creation. Those who are suffering, those who are going through difficult time, we are always praying for them. And let us start perceiving this world through a different lens. Let us stop seeing half empty glass. Let us start seeing the glass is full. So nature has its own ways. God has its own ways to teach us. Let us focus on our meditation, prayer, peaceful, loving life. I am praying to God. Let all become happy and healthy, loving and compassionate. Let there be no suffering or sorrow. Let there be more love, peace, prosperity, and harmony among us and everywhere. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. I bow to God and I bow to each one of you. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.